I've been given this message. If you thought that conservatives freaked out over Lightyear, they're going to S the bed over Strange World, which is great. Main protagonist is gay. In 2022? A gay I can't believe this. Oh my, I have to see this movie. I have to give Disney, haha, the mouse, my money. Like, I worked really hard. I slaved in very difficult labors and conditions to earn money, to have the privilege to see a movie that has a gay protagonist in 2022. Oh my God. Older people don't find it remarkable. Biracial marriage in a movie. Oh my God. Oh, I mean, look, they are breaking grounds in the history of cinematography here. I mean, just seeing a biracial couple on the big screen is going to make me cry. I mean, it's going to stir so many emotions. I never thought it would be possible. I am so happy to be alive this year. Like, I have managed to survive long enough to finally see a biracial marriage on the big screen in the United States. Oh my God. Almost no one is white. Also, it's like Bollywood then. Like, you're saying it's like Chinese movies. It's kind of like that, but it's made in the United States. Oh, very progressive. Climate change is a metaphor. What is climate change, Briana? Like, I genuinely do not know anything about the subject. I have never heard about it ever before. Maybe I need to see this movie in order to educate myself, because when I want to learn about deep world issues, I watch cartoons. That's how I do it. So, turns out, Lightyear, I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that Toy Story shit. The one which was a major flop. Okay, yeah, so that one. Strange World, one of the biggest flops in Disney history. Turns out people weren't interested by this. How can we get people to drop anime, Briana? Like, how can we get them to drop that evil manga from their hands and make them watch proper United States progressive movies? Like, we need to get Disney into the houses of people around the world, but unfortunately, those houses are taken over by anime and manga. How can we get them to drop their ushikushi waifus so that they can look at the Disney movie which has a gay protagonist and biracial man? How can we do this, Briana? Why does Japan have such a strong hold on the mind of the youths? Like, they would rather spend money on a manga rather than go and watch a progressive Disney movie. They are hurting the mouse, Briana. The mouse is willing, but alas, the wallet is not. You know, it's kind of funny because if you hear from the inside the industry, I don't know about Disney, but I do know about other projects from the video gaming world. And literally, this is how they're doing. Like, first of all, they don't want to hire fans, because fans are not trustworthy, right? They want to hire ideologues. And most of these ideologues, like, legitimately believe in this. It's like, we need to make a movie to upset people. And then their Pikachu face is like, why are we getting fired? Why is everyone getting sacked? Oh, because the company is not making money. Oh, turns out that Disney, I know it's a big company and all that, can't print money. Like, it needs to produce wealth in order to pay for people. And if the company doesn't produce wealth, people get fired. And they might say, oh, well, you know, that's fine. Like, we're going to go to another company. But the other companies are firing too. I mean, Meta from Facebook is firing. Disney is firing. Netflix is firing. It's almost as if you make the same movies over and over and over again with the purpose to piss off people, people get pissed off and go to Japan. And South Korea is making good TV shows recently. And they focus on entertainment rather than the message and the metaphor. Like, okay, you know, fine, the metaphor. The metaphor doesn't produce wealth, unfortunately. But you have individuals like this culture critic, which isn't connected to the wealth of Disney, you know, doesn't care if Disney goes bankrupt, which eventually it will happen. Like, not now, you know, it's too big to fail, but like, if it keeps going on this path, eventually the number goes to zero. Like, it's unavoidable. So, if they keep listening to these people, they end up getting bankrupt. Or if they keep hiring people with this mentality. Like, imagine just working in an industry with the purpose to upset people. It's like, I want to make a car in order to piss off the boomers. Like, that is the wrong mindset. You don't make movies to upset people. You make movies to entertain people. And you should be inclusive. Like, why alienate half of the country? How is that good business sense? Especially if it's a children movie. Because it's a children movie, then the parents can just say, no, you're not going to see this shit. And the child is not going to be able to see it. Granted, the movie also looks bad. Like, animation-wise, doesn't really upset any conservatives, because usually conservatives get upset when it's an IP that they like, that they grew up with, and then they change it just to spite them. That's when conservatives get upset. If it's a new IP like Strange World, you know, no one gets upset, but no one watches it either. And people like Briana probably don't watch it either. Like, again, the audience isn't there. Goku and Vegeta wanted to do battle, and they wanted to fight somewhere where they don't disturb anyone, where they don't endanger anyone, so they took the battle at the premiere of Strange World, because there wasn't anyone there and they could just fight it off. But no wonder that everything Disney makes is now a remake, a prequel, a sequel. They don't have writers. I mean, this is proof. They don't have talented people anymore. They just cannot write. I don't know whether it's because most of the good writers are problematic. Like, maybe they have certain views that Disney doesn't like. Maybe they share some of those evil Gina Carano type of views that are toxic, so they don't want to hire those writers. Maybe they just want to save money. So they don't want to hire competent writers. They hire new faces and whatnot. Maybe it's part of that. Maybe it's just ideological. But like, look, my point is, like, I grew up in a communist country. I mean, almost everything was pro-communist propaganda. Like, if it wasn't pro-communist propaganda, it wasn't allowed to air. But the communists actually made decent propaganda. Like, you can make woke propaganda. You know, you can make, like, a good climate change movie that's great propaganda. You know, you can make the Captain Planet, which is quite bizarre that they haven't made it yet, considering that, well, back in the 90s it was the thing. But they're not even doing that. They don't have talent. They can't do anything. They can't even get their own people. Like, the own people that cater to this shit, they can't even get their butts in seats. Or maybe, you know, there aren't that many people that care about this. But, like, yeah, if your focus is on identity politics, like, let's have, like, the gay main protagonist, and let's make sure that there's no white people there, blah, blah, blah. Well, congratulations, you diversified your audience. Like, white people weren't on the screen, but they weren't behind the screen either. There were no white people there. Turns out white people have money. Turns out they can buy products and stuff. I don't know. Maybe representation is important. Huh? Diversity and representation. Inclusion. Well, you didn't include them. But all in all, the story was also boring. And the art style was cringe. I mean, for a Disney movie, the way it looked, holy shit. Let me know what you guys think, though. And I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.